This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. Started off with breakfast, which was apple, raspberry and some low-fat yoghurt. Then I was definitely running out of stuff in the fridge this morning, so I had a salad with some carrot, celery, cucumber. I had an egg, as you can see, it had split slightly and it was a little bit runny, but it was still really good and most of the yolk was inside. 1 tin of Caesar dressing and 3 of the seafood sticks and 1 pack of those chicken bites, which are 1 tin. I think I've said before, I definitely won't be buying them again. However, they needed eating up because the date was going on them, so I threw them in my dinner. So that was just 1 tin for my whole dinner. For tea, I had the hot pot again. I actually put it in the oven to reheat it rather than in the microwave, and it made the potatoes on top really nice and crispy, which was definitely a plus. And then I had a couple of bars for my healthy extra B, and I had this little chocolate bar, which is just 5 cents and definitely worth it. So I'm ending my day on 7 cents, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day featuring
Charlie! Yay!
I'm currently about a day behind filming and we sat in the camper van, so my little boy wanted to get involved. So this is, we went to the pie shed and they do a sin-free breakfast. It was all cooked in Frylight. I did use the healthy extra B to have a slice of wholemeal toast, but it was absolutely spot on.
That breakfast looks delicious.
Because we were going away, I wanted to cook something that would transport easily and be reheated easily, and I put camping and Slimming World on TikTok and it came up with this campfire stew, so I definitely thought I'd give that a go. I got some pork. It wasn't actually a joint, but I trimmed it all up and that took absolutely ages. So I added some onions, peppers, beans, tomato puree and a healthy generous dose of paprika. Looking back, I would have had some Worcestershire sauce at this stage. Then this is going to sit in the slow cooker for about 8 hours. My husband got one of these drinks to try. I just had a little swig, but I'm going to count it as a sin because it was 8 cents per portion, which I think is steep. I then got my butt to the gym. I did about 30 minutes on the treadmill and some weights because I'm not going to be able to go for the next few days while I'm away. And then I decided it was time to start playing Tetris with the camping fridge. So this is our camper van. We just have a small little fridge and I wanted to fit all this stuff and a little bit more in it. So this was round 1 of getting everything into as tightly packed as I could so that it would all fit. As you can see, to make everything as easy as possible, I'd already done like a lot of chopping and prepping, and this was the first round, so I managed to get quite a few things in and I identified a few gaps where things would be able to go, which was really good. We also have this little pull-out drawer for like the dry stuff. This is one of my favourite features in our van. Originally, I think most people have like a wine rack there, but we don't drink wine and certainly I wouldn't want it taking up all that sort of space. So they installed this little pull-out rack for me and I'm pretty pleased about it.
8 hours later.
So I'd left this going while I was out and about doing all my little jobs. It was actually quite nice. Like I say, I definitely would have added some Worcestershire sauce, possibly a stock pot in there and a little bit more paprika, but we did that just before we ate it. This was sin-free and I had it with some speedy carrots on the side, and then I finished off my day with one of these Fibre One bars.
Delicious.
These are just 3.5 cents, so I'm ending my day on 4.5 cents, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Please like and subscribe if you want to eat these delicious food. Yum, yum, yum.
So I started off with my breakfast, which was apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. And I also had some supplements. So I take evening primrose oil, an iron tablet and an over 50 supplement. I'm not over 50, but a lot of the stuff is good for menopause that's in there. We got to our camping destination and I ended up having dinner on the road because everyone else had eaten. So I had some celery, carrot, some parmesan, a tin of Caesar dressing and some Texas beef, which is just 1 cent for half the packet. We then got to Whitbit and oh my gosh, look at these views. It was amazing. Then it was fish and chip time. So I ended up getting a small plate. I didn't intend to, but they offered me it and I thought, brilliant. I had that with the dandelion and burdock. I've got no clue how many sins is in this, but I've just enjoyed it. That's the main thing. We then walked up the 199 steps up to Whitby Abbey. Lovely views all along the way. The Abbey was all lit up because they were having a festival on. We got back to the camper and it was movie night, so I had a Skinner Light bar and a Baby Bell just to round off my day. So I've got absolutely no idea how many sins I ended up on, but that's fine by me. It was 1 meal. I'm getting straight back on it already, so I'm feeling pretty good about it and I'll see you tomorrow.
This is what my mum eats in a day.
So we're in the van on our little holiday. I started off with my usual breakfast. The apples got chopped up really wonky though because I didn't have a proper knife. Put in some berries and some Greek natural yoghurt that was sin-free, and that was a delicious start to the day.
Then we went to the seaside.
So I got lots of steps in and body magic. The sea was absolutely lovely this day. We had our dinner by the beach. I just had some carrot and celery, some Caesar dressing for one sin, 30 grams of Parmesan cheese and some Texas beef for one sin with a soft-boiled egg.
Then I had an ice cream. Delicious. But Mum was being healthy, so she just had some Diet Coke.
Then the weather took a turn for the worse, so I boiled some carrots. This is me, I sort of mid-dropping something else in the pan. I did some courgette, fried them off to get some of the water out and did them in Worcestershire sauce, and then threw it all in the pan. The stew was actually a little bit soupier than I would have expected, but actually it was really nice.
Then it was movie night in the camper van. Yay!
We had some movie night treats, so I had an Options hot chocolate mint, which was 1.5 sins. I had a Skinny Crunch and a Skinny Dream Bar as my healthy extra B, and then I had some marshmallows in my hot chocolate. I didn't have any scales, but I'm going to count it as 1 sin because it was 4 sins for a quarter of that whole packet. So I did actually think that was it for the day. However, this morning when I got back in the van, I realised that I had actually had a piece of this rock. I've got no idea how many sins it would be. I may be guessing about 3. So I'm going to count it as about 7.5 sins today, and I will see you tomorrow. This is my What I Eat in a Day Slim and World edition, and also still on my holiday. Started off the day with some apple, strawberry and raspberry. Made sure to pour a little bit of the juice over because I'd used frozen berries, and some Greek yoghurt. I'm definitely going to stick with the Greek yoghurt now that I'm back because I really enjoyed that. Then I made what must be the most depressing bacon butty I've ever had. It started raining halfway through, so I didn't put in as much bacon as I would usually want. I ended up shoving all the bacon into one side and only eating half of the wrap, which was a healthy extra B, and I had half a sin worth of ketchup, which is one of these little sachets. Weather was absolutely rubbish this day, so we found a little farm shop that had a big bouncy castle and some Halloween stuff going on. My son had the toasted tea cake. I just stuck with a cup of tea. Then when I got back, I had this salad. So it's a Caesar salad with some carrot and celery, Caesar dressing for a sin, Parmesan with my healthy extra A, 1 sin worth of the Texas beef, and a nice runny egg. For tea, I wanted it to be something that was quick and easy because we were having to cook in the van. So I made a noodle jar, but obviously put it in a bowl, and this was amazing. I actually used like a nest and a half of the glass noodles, and I didn't need it. I ended up leaving a little bit behind. So it had carrot and sweet corn, my eggs which were runny, they were done pre-going and left in the fridge. I had the Texas beef, and then I had the gochujang paste, miso and soy sauce, which was my base for the soup sauce. I'm not really sure what we're calling it, but this was really, really nice and definitely a camping fave. And what I'd done to make things easier for myself, if you see on the shelf, there was a little pre-made pot of the sauce to just add in, so I didn't have to take loads of bottles with me. I then got our bed out on the camper, we got a movie on, and we had some treats. So I had a Skinny Dream Bar for the rest of my healthy extra B, I had a Baby Bell to go towards the rest of my healthy extra A for the day, and I had one of these little dairy milk bars. Just 5 sins and perfect for a little treat. And then I also had one of the Options mint hot chocolates again, which is 1.5 sins. So I'm ending the day on 10 sins, which I'm pretty pleased about. And this is one of the last full days of my holiday, so I'll see you tomorrow. Well, to start it off with my normal breakfast, so apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. Then we drove back home from our holiday and I wanted something a bit more filling, so I had an omelette. I had some cheese in there for my healthy extra A, and I had some speed on the side. Tea was a bit of a poor effort, to be honest, because obviously I'd been away, so I just had to make what we had. So I had the leftovers of the campfire stew, and I had half a packet of the Aldi Mexican rice, which is just 1 sin. Then I had a Skinny Dream and a Skinny Crunch bar as my healthy extra B. Because I was finally putting my feet up tonight, I decided to have a little flick through my cooking books and see what I had. So this was out of the air fryer book that I got when I did a 12-week plan. And there were a few good options in there, so I'm getting ready to go and do a big shop. So I just ended up on 1 sin today, which I'm pretty pleased about. I wasn't hungry, I didn't go to bed starving or craving or anything like that. I know a few people have asked on here before about, don't you feel like you're missing out on anything? And I really don't at the minute. I'm sure there's times where I do, and certainly times where I've had cravings. At the minute, I'm feeling pretty good about it, so I'm happy with that, and I'll see you tomorrow. This should have been my what I eat in a day. However, first day back at work after a few off, it was super hectic and I didn't get around to filming anything. However, I just wanted to share this. So I got these chicken skewers yesterday when I were at Iceland. I'd actually gone to find the My Protein or Mr. Protein ones. However, I thought they were really expensive for just 4 skewers. It was £6 and I thought that seemed like a lot. So I actually got these instead. They were actually £3 for 4 skewers and they're just once in each. They were like barbecue flavour. I had them with a meal that I'd made previously in the week, which was like a sausage casserole sort of thing. My husband had the sausages, but there were only a couple left. And they were just really, really nice. And I thought for one sitting, and it tasted like proper meat. It didn't taste like it was too processed or anything like that. So I thought they were a really good option just to show you. I ended my day on 7 sins today, so I also had one of these little bars at the end of the day, and the rest of the stuff that I had during the day was no sins, so I'm pretty pleased about that, and see you tomorrow.